Hey everybody, this is Chris Stafford and I want to welcome you to the Max Show. That's Massive Abundance Exposed, where we expose all the badass secrets of entrepreneurs all over the world. And we have got the most amazing coach, mentor that you could possibly ask for. The guy is a brilliant entrepreneur, Mr. James Larson. JamesKLarson.com, man. You got to check this guy out. I'm really looking forward to hearing all about him. He is a world traveler. He is an actor. He is a successful entrepreneur. I mean, is there anything this guy can't do? Well, we're going to find out. But before we get started, make sure that you jump over to MassiveAbundanceInc.com. Make sure you sign in, get yourself a free goodie, and let's get on with the show. Hey everybody, you're not going to believe it. We have Mr. James K. Larson in the house. How you doing, James?
I'm doing awesome, Chris. Thanks so much. Grateful to be here and excited to share.
Absolutely. Well, you're going to do a lot of sharing because we have all kinds of real fun questions for you. But the one thing that I really want to talk about is you are just like the coach extraordinaire. But before we get into your coaching and what you do with that, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, and how you got into it.
I got started as an entrepreneur in 2006, and when I got started as an entrepreneur, I didn't have a lot of experience in terms of success online, and so I had to rely on other coaches, other mentors to help me along the way in terms of not only the technical side of marketing, but also just the whole, I think really for me, the mindset, making that mindset shift. And I had people that believed in me and helped me early on, in my pursuit of, being an entrepreneur. And so I took what I learned from that experience and basically applied it to helping and working with others in terms of helping them have success online. I've been a part of a couple different personal development companies where we did a lot of high ticket events, which were phenomenal. And I also helped other people do the same. So I guess I just learned it by doing it, by sharing what I learned from other people, and also just sharing what I did. Because when I first got started as an entrepreneur, I didn't have a lot of background. I never had success in the industry, so I had to do some things differently and formulate some processes, learn how to get clear on my goals, how to visualize, how to create a daily method of operation. So basically just I had success and passed that success on to other people, but it really stemmed from other people believing in me and helping me in the beginning.
That's great. I love it. And you have an amazing website, JamesKLarson.com. It'll be in the show notes. Everybody definitely needs to go there. James, as I mentioned before, we have a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of real estate agents and brokers who are really trying to ramp up their business. And I think this is just so important because for somebody like you, who I really think could help a lot of people, because I have interviewed so many entrepreneurs and I have interviewed so many really successful real estate brokers. Excuse me, and I always ask them, what's the one thing that's the most important thing that you have to have? And they all say one way, shape, or form, they come back to mindset. And
Sure.
it always comes back to that. They're not saying be more technical or work long hours or whatever. So what you're talking about is brilliant.
Yeah, I believe in business. It doesn't matter what business, whether it's real estate, whether it's coaching, whatever business you're going into, it really starts with your vision and your goals and that mindset. And it really starts from that foundation. It's like you have to have a solid foundation with your vision, your goals, and your mindset. It's like building a house. If you're going to build a house without a solid foundation, you're not going to have a strong house. It's going to crumble.
Absolutely.
If you run into any adversity, let's say you're building a house and the foundation's not strong. Well, let's say you get a windstorm or a hailstorm or something like that. It's going to fall, right? Same thing with business. You have to you have to get really clear with your goals, what your vision is, where you're going, why you're doing the business. You have to really get crystal clear with where you're going and build a solid foundation before you and create that belief in yourself and know where you're going, see yourself having success in your business, have that solid foundation, and that's really what I help people do.
Well, I was just going to say, and so James, when people come to you, entrepreneurs come to you, and they're having a major problem, something's not going right in their business. Does it usually come down to what you're just talking about right now? them
It
not.
does. Yeah, it's usually they typically don't have a solid foundation.
Hmm.
Okay, they don't know why
Solid
they're doing what
foundation.
they're doing. Obviously, their why is important, but they also don't have their goals like really crystallized.
Hmm.
Okay, and then they also typically they need help to maybe get some clarity around what their goals are, and then also setting up a daily method of operation. Because I think I work with a lot of entrepreneurs online who
Hmm.
come from corporate America, and in corporate America, you have someone telling you what you do, right?
Hmm.
So if you go from having a 9 to 5 career to starting out a business part time online, it takes some discipline, right?
Right, right.
And there's some things you have to do differently in terms of preparing for success with that business online, setting time aside to do your
Hmm.
business.
Hmm.
A big thing for me really helped getting clear with my goals, and then every day doing daily visualization, seeing myself having success, creating that new beliefs within myself,
Hmm.
so that when I was ready to take action, I was not just going through the motions. I
Hmm.
was actually doing my business, doing my what I needed to getting what I needed accomplished done, whether it be connecting with other people,
Hmm.
communicating. But I just did it a whole different way, because when you're clear on your goals, you know where you're going,
Hmm.
you believe that you're going to accomplish great things with whatever you're doing. Your action, when you start to take action in your business, you're going to take action in a whole different way, and you're also going to attract you'll attract more people, more clients, for example,
Hmm.
into your business that you really want to work with.
Hmm.
Okay, because a lot of people can get a lot of business, but it may not be the right business.
Right, exactly,
So,
exactly. And I
you
just
know,
for our viewers out there, did you notice that nowhere in what James just talked about did he say check your email every 3 minutes? So that's just my own rant.
yeah, no, I hear you. And I mean,
I,
it's easy to get caught up in email and Facebook and all
hmm.
that thing. And I've been victim to it as well.
Right.
So you need to set time aside to, okay, this is when I'm gonna do my business. This is when I'm gonna focus on my business.
Hmm.
These are my goals. These are my weekly goals, my short-term goals, my long-term goals. I have a 30-day, a 60-day, a 90-day income goal, and
Hmm.
this is what I need to do to accomplish it every day.
Right.
That's what I help people do, to really get clear on that, and then maybe kind of help tweak the process, maybe the visualization process a little bit,
Hmm.
so they can start to see themselves having success in their mind. A lot of people defeat themselves before they start to take action.
Right.
Limiting beliefs, past failures, we've all had them, right? And
Hmm.
everyone's different. Some people have less baggage, some people have more. Just, I just kind of meet people where they're at, and try to help them overcome limiting beliefs, get clear with their goals and where they want to go, and,
Hmm.
and set up a daily method of operation so they know how to really be, I would say, just be very ultra super productive with
Right.
with whatever time they
Right.
have.
Now you've got, and speaking of that, you also have a workshop coming up, I understand, that addresses some of
Yeah,
this.
I'm
Can you
getting.
briefly tell us
Yeah, in a
about that?
couple of weeks, I'm going to be. I'd say December. I get back. I'm going out of town to see my family. December 7th, I'm going to do a webinar,
Hmm.
and It's going to be a workshop. It's going to be geared towards entrepreneurs. It's going to. Some of the things I've just spoken about, we're going to be going
Hmm.
in more in depth in that, teaching the whole, that whole process. And then also, I also teach the law of attraction as well,
Okay.
and I'm going to bring that in, because law of attraction is a huge
Yes.
part of people's lives and their business. And I spoke about kind of people maybe attracting a lot of clients, but oftentimes they're not attracting, let's say, their ideal client.
Hmm.
Okay, and you can have a lot of clients that are stressing you out, and those are typically the kind of clients that for the most part are not making you a lot of money.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm going to be helping people get clarity with who they ideally want to attract, which is going to allow them to work with people they really want to work with,
Hmm.
and that's going to free up their life, and allow them to not only make more money, but just to have more fun,
Right.
just to be working with who you want to work with.
Yes.
So
That's wonderful. I love it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make sure that this gets aired before December 7th. And also make sure you send me, something that I can send out to everybody on my list because
oh, definitely,
I
for
would love
sure.
everybody that's watching this right now to go to James's workshop. It sounds amazing. But let me switch gears here, James, real fast.
Yep.
We as entrepreneurs, we all have certain challenges. We all have certain setbacks and things that have happened to all of us that we really need to overcome.
Yeah.
What's the biggest challenge or setback that you've had, and how did you overcome it?
I think really when I first got started as an entrepreneur, I had limiting beliefs.
Hmm.
I didn't come from let's say I didn't I grew up in a small town, northern Wisconsin. I didn't come from a lot of money or a lot of wealth or a lot of I would say positive mindset. I mean, I love my parents. My mom's a secretary and my dad's a mechanic. Great people, providers, but I just had some limiting beliefs,
Hmm.
and I think too for me, I'd always had this passion or this desire to be an entrepreneur, to be self-employed.
Hmm.
And so early on, I think when I was 18 years old, I tried my first business. It was like Amway, right?
Hmm.
and I tried it and I worked it and I failed at it. And then I tried a couple other, network marketing opportunities and I failed it. So then I think what happened to me is I had this limiting belief, this voice in my head
Hmm.
that when I got into my first big opportunity that I really had a lot of success in direct sales, personal development. I talked about the conference industry.
Uh-huh.
When I got into that, I really, my heart was in it. I really believed that, I really want it bad, but I had those limiting beliefs, those voices in my mind that kind of held me back for I would say about 6 months.
Hmm.
So that was hard for me, to kind of overcome that because your subconscious is so powerful.
Yeah.
And so I had to, it took me time to create new beliefs and what really made a difference for me though was obviously I had people that coached me, that mentored me, that helped me in the beginning. And then, I just got in, I went to a live event and met a ton of other people and I just surrounded myself with positive people that were,
Hmm.
kind of where I wanted to be. And that really, really helped me. But yeah, in the beginning, just, like I mentioned, we all have some limiting beliefs, some baggage.
Yeah.
So I had to overcome those limiting beliefs so that I could have success,
Right. And
and
especially as entrepreneurs, I mean, we're it. It's not like we can
yeah,
run to our manager or run to a boss and say, "Hey, what should I be doing?" What I hear you saying is that you were able to make a switch, a turn in your own mind, get rid of the limiting beliefs by
yes,
associating with other people that were more positive.
exactly. Associating with other people and then having coaches and mentors as
Yes.
well that
Touche.
believed in me. A lot of times they believed in me more than I believed in myself
Hmm.
in the beginning, quite honestly.
Right, right,
Right? So they saw something big in me, they believed in me, and that's why I recommend everyone needs to have a coach or a mentor to help them in the beginning.
right.
And because I had that help, that support, and I surrounded myself, because I had all this adversity in the beginning, and you're taking on a whole new venture,
Hmm.
internet marketing. There's just so much stuff going on,
Right.
communication skills you have to learn. There's just a ton of things that coming at you, and I just having that support really helped me.
Absolutely. And wink, wink, James can be that support for you guys. So definitely check out his website there. Let me ask you this though. What, on a positive note, what is something that's new and exciting? What's like a real big thing coming up for you that you're excited about with your business?
Um, just sharing more. I mean, I'm really excited about workshops. I've done a couple workshops,
Hmm.
and I love doing these workshops
Now, are
online
these
because
in-person workshops?
we do webinars.
Webinars, got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it's I'm really passionate about helping people
Mm,
just get different results. I really love sharing things that I've learned. Teaching the whole visualization process
hmm.
is because that's been so powerful for me and helping people just shift their mindset. I love just helping people shift and change
Hmm.
and seeing that light bulb go off because it's
That's
great.
cool.
It's just it's just so rewarding to me on a personal level
Hmm.
to really help people make that shift and go from thinking maybe they can do something to believing that they can and just seeing them just have a whole new level of confidence and
Hmm.
and success. So really passing on knowledge and helping people, it just inspires me because I know that I'm making a difference in other
Right,
people's lives.
right.
I believe the only way someone can really be a good coach and mentor is if they were once in that place, like I talked, where they had to, maybe had a little struggle. So I know what it's like to have success, but I also know what it's like to struggle, and I just love helping people make shifts in their mindset and just do things a little bit different and just get just better results in their
Right.
life.
Well, but the flip side of that too, James, is as a coach, Do you ever get frustrated, or somebody comes to you and they say, "I really want to change. I really want to change," and you hear that and you hear that, and they make no effort to change, and
Yeah.
they're sabotaging their own themselves. Doesn't that make you really frustrated? And how do you handle that?
Well, I just try to meet people with where they're at because sometimes people, it's just a process,
Hmm.
you know, and oftentimes too, it's just like personal development. If you're reading a personal development book, you're listening to a CD or hearing a speaker, maybe at that time you hear it doesn't resonate or help you,
Right,
but
right.
maybe 6 months from now it does. So maybe this work I'm doing with people right now, they may not get microwave results
Hmm.
with it, but 6 months or a year down the road maybe we'll work together again, or they'll go back
Hmm.
and with what I help them with, and maybe just be at a different place in their life
Hmm.
where they can actually apply it.
Right.
Um, so I don't know. I don't take it personally because there's just so many outside factors that going on in other people's lives that
Hmm.
I can't control.
Right.
I do my best to help people with where they're at, and I'm some people take what I teach and run with it and do great things, and other people don't, and unfortunately they don't have success. But they're probably not going to have success with any coach or mentor,
Right.
to be honest with you.
Right. Right.
But I just try to really just remain neutral, I would say,
Hmm.
just to whether they take and apply everything or not.
Right.
And hopefully, um, at some point in their life, what I share with them and help them with will have a positive impact. And
Right.
I've had a lot of people that have come back to me with testimonials, a couple months later, and maybe initially right at that point in time when we were coaching and working together, they didn't have that huge shift, but down the road they did. Just
Hmm.
remembered something that we worked on together.
Yeah, I always say,
So,
what is it? Well, how's the expression? It's like when the student's ready, the teacher appears.
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of times in life when people like, oh, I want opportunity, I want opportunity. They
Hmm.
say they want to change, but they don't really mean it,
Right.
right? So they'll look at some opportunities and doing things different, but it's just they have to have that burning desire,
Right.
honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
So
listen, and one of the other things too, talk about a fun factoid about James Larson is that you're like the world traveler, man. You travel
yeah,
all over.
I've traveled quite a bit.
That's great. Have you figured out a way to incorporate your traveling as part of your business, or is that all for fun?
Oh well, I mean it's a write-off. So
I love it.
yeah,
That's great.
yeah, I incorporate every time I travel somewhere. I have a good accountant, and I also do a little business so I can write that trip off.
There you
So
go. I love it. I
yeah,
love it. Wait, name,
and
name a couple of the countries you've been to. I'm just fascinated by travel. So,
Australia, Costa Rica, Hawaii, Italy. Where else? Jamaica. Grand Cayman Islands. I've done a lot of Caribbean stuff.
that's great.
Yeah, just
Good for
yeah.
you, man.
So
Good for you. Man after my
it's
own
it.
heart for sure. That's one of my biggest passions is travel. So I absolutely love it. Hey, one of the things I always love asking guests is you have this entrepreneur, you have a brand new real estate broker, a brand new entrepreneur that really wants to break into the business. They sit down right in front of your desk and they say, Mr. Larson, help me. What's the number one most important thing that I need to get to have a real successful business? And what do you say?
You need to get clarity,
Mm,
really clear with your goals. You know, um,
clarity. I love it.
yeah, I would say clarity with why you're doing your business.
Hmm.
And like what are your 30-day, what's your 30-day goal, your 60-day goal? You have to just really get clarity with why you're doing it and set some goals
Hmm.
um, for what you want to accomplish
Hmm.
um,
It's
with
all
that
about that
business.
foundation that you're talking about.
Yeah, it all starts with the foundation, with
Hmm.
a solid foundation. You can learn everything. I teach people about branding, about marketing, about attraction marketing, things of that nature too.
Hmm.
But I always start with the foundation because a lot of people I work with a lot of times, oh, I want help me with this marketing piece
Hmm.
and branding myself or whatever. And I'm like, well, hold up, we got to start with the foundation. Why are you doing this, and
Right.
what are your goals? So I just, yeah, it's just getting that crystal clear foundation. So if you come up with any adversity in your business, you know why you're doing it, what your goals are,
Hmm.
and you have um, I guess a systematic daily method of operation
Hmm.
to that actually puts you in a really good positive state before you start to do your income producing activities for that business. So helping
Perfect.
people with the goals, and then helping people with the visualization process, and just putting themselves in that peak state before they take action, start to do their income producing activities for wherever their business is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's brilliant. Well, I'll tell you, for all the viewers out there, there is no better person than James Larson to help you with that foundation. So you should all be running, not walking over to his website at jamesKlarson.com. James, thanks a million for being with us here today. We'll make sure that we get everybody to that December 7th webinar. And I really
Yeah,
appreciate you taking the time, man.
my pleasure. It was really great to be here. I loved it. I love to share. I love to contribute. I love to give back again, because I've had so many people that have helped me in the beginning, and
Hmm.
it just, passing that on, it just feels good. It's just
That's
something
cool.
that
That's cool.
I really, and it's not just, there's a lot of coaches out there that people could work with, whether it's me or anyone else, but I really feel that you want to work with someone that's really authentic,
Yes.
that really, and you get it, whether
Hmm.
someone ideally really truly wants to help you, or they're just there to take your money, So I really enjoy giving back and sharing, like doing this kind of these interviews, things
Hmm.
like this. I'll do it all day, because it's giving back, and I'm just very grateful for that I've had that help and that support, and along the way that's had a huge impact, allowed me to travel a ton, make a lot of money, and just do a lot of different things. I've been self-employed since 2006, and I've just been
Hmm.
having a blast. So
That's great. Well, anybody would be
yeah.
lucky to have you as a coach. So, James, kudos to you, man. We will definitely keep track of you.
Okay, sounds good, my friend.
All
Thanks for
right.
having
Thanks,
me.
James. Appreciate it.
Okay, take care. Bye for now.
Hey, man, I had a blast talking to James. Isn't he cool? I mean, I really, really love his whole thing about the foundation. And this is the big problem that a lot of us entrepreneurs have, is that we're not really addressing our foundation, as James puts it, and that's our goals and having crystal clear vision. And, I just absolutely love that. I love his analogy. So definitely check out James, jamesklarson.com. He is absolutely a cool guy, very fun to be around, and he's a great guy. You'd be lucky to be coached by James. So definitely check him out, jamesklarson.com. Thanks so much for joining us here with Massive Abundance. My name is Chris Stafford, and may massive abundance be yours.